All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Flame on, flame on, flame on and on and on, flame on, flame on.
What is that, a RuPaul song or something?
That's you don't remember the Johnny Storm rap from the 90s Fantastic Four cartoon?
Hell no, I don't remember that.
Oh, you better YouTube that shit.
I do not. It's on Disney Plus. I'm thank you for so I can purposely avoid that.
Pretty sure it's the Mole Man episode. Hint, hint.
Oh wow. Okay. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nerds. You bullying host Leroy, aka Reacher. I barely know her. With my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka the Radical Ewok.
There we go. I think there's an old Groucho Marx reference, but yeah. And also want to give a reference, also a shout out to our third co-host, the AI, the Doombot.
All hail the Doombots.
Every day they get more and more powerful, collecting all of our, information, so they can just replace me and Eli.
Yeah.
Which could have been cool last week because we weren't here, so we could have.
That sounds like an Apocalypse line or Apocalypse Now line.
Yeah.
Every moment in the bush. Every moment in the bush, they get stronger. And I get weaker. Something like that.
We are in a war. All right. So we're gonna jump into it this week. Like I said, we missed last week, and we're gonna but we're back for a new month this week. And you know what that means, Eli, since since Black History Month is over, you know what that means. White women are back on the table. So yes, I would appreciate everybody in solidarity. Now you can unclick everything but the ebony section now. So yeah. All right. So
like
what do we
the
got?
Keys on the piano.
Right. We can celebrate. It's a celebration. All right. So like I said, we last week we didn't record anything. We're back now. I don't know what we're gonna do this week. I know we're gonna do some of what we did last week because y'all didn't see that show. We're gonna do a show you didn't see. This may be a clusterfuck, maybe our best show ever, maybe somewhere in between, maybe mid. We'll find out by the end. You be the judge. But before we do that, Eli, we do have a wall of memorial that week because it was crazy. Even though we didn't record last week, all this shit happened this week. Matter of fact, like the last few days.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. So let's just go to it. Let's start off because we got a bunch of them. One of them we're going to stick on a little bit longer than the other because it is going to be comic book related. But we're going to rattle off as many as we can. First thing we want to say is rest in peace to Michelle Trachtenberg. Am I saying it right?
I'm not sure, but it looks like it.
Okay. All right. Now, like I said, a lot of people were sad about this because she was actually more. I didn't know as many people knew her as I did because she did some other stuff. People name her like some Nickelodeon shit and Disney shit she did. I don't know what the fuck that was. However, I do recognize it as Buffy's sister on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So watched every episode of that and Angel, which I do say Angel was a better series, but that's okay. We're gonna go past that.
Wow, you were into Buffy, huh?
I was heavy into Buffy, man. Like Buffy lore, man.
Damn.
Remember the Dark Willow season?
No. My baby mama was also into Buffy and Angel and all that.
Okay, ask her about the Dark Willow season.
I've seen some Buffy. Not all of them, but I've seen some Buffy.
I mean, Eli, Buffypedia, all of it. The lore.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar as some.
Okay.
So that I apologize. I'm not too familiar with her. So
okay, no problem. If you didn't see Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I know a lot of people saw Euro Trip, which she was also in. And to me, that was one of the funniest like teen comedies of the 2000s. It was up there. Classic scenes, Matt Damon singing Scotty Doesn't Know. Everybody remember that. May not even know where the song came from, what movie came from, but it came from that movie. And just a bunch of hilarious shit just came in that movie also. So that's why I'm loving it so much. So like I said, but you're going to keep going down the track. But yeah, that's the one. Rest in peace to her. Also, rest in peace to Angie Stone. Neo soul singer just passed today. Had some classic songs back in the 90s, 2000s. And so forth and so on, going past that. And Eli, I don't know if you know Angie Stone, but I have a feeling you'll know who this is. Rest in peace to David Johansen.
David Johansen. Yes, I do know who he is.
I don't know what I said. Okay.
I thought. Did you say Johannesburg?
Yeah, did I just make up some shit? Or
Yeah, David Johansen.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you give me some insight? Okay. Well, give me some insight on who this guy is.
Yeah, he was the singer of the New York Dolls, which was one of the first sort of punk rock, maybe glam metal bands that kind of sort of planted the seeds of punk rock and glam metal. Remember in Peacemaker, they were talking about they're talking about Hanoi Rocks, how Hanoi Rocks started glam metal, and I said no, I think the New York Dolls did. So
Okay.
and so that's what he was a singer.
Honestly,
He was
that whole
New York
conversation, I remember it happened in Peacemaker, but it was kind of like they were speaking Spanish to me. But
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in the New York Dolls, and then he transitioned into movies. He was in like Scrooged.
I remember Scrooge, yeah. That's the first time I've seen him. So
yeah, and he was also in Tales from the Dark Side, where he played the hitman that was supposed to kill that evil cat. You know? So horror fans know him from that. But yeah, you know, he made his mark on music, and he added that he did like Buster Poindexter in the 80s.
Yeah, and this thing, like when I saw the picture, I was like, who the hell is David Johannesburg? I don't know who the fuck that is. But when they said, but I looked at it, I'm like, oh shit, that's Buster Poindexter.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, I know him. Now, only reason I know him because he looks oddly like Buster Rhymes to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that sees that. I don't know. Maybe that's where he got his name from. They did kind of favor to me. It's like he's a white version of Buster Rhymes. That's what I thought he was.
Well, that's a reach. Okay,
that's a reach. It's the only one. I'm the person that thought about that, but I'm thinking maybe he got his name because people may have said he looked like Buster Poindexter. I don't know. You know.
Okay.
Or maybe it has nothing to do with that. I don't know. That's just me projecting. But yeah.
Yeah. So good journey to David Johansen.
Yes. Okay. One day I'll get his name right. Okay. And also, this one we're going to spend a little bit more time on because this is comic book related, sort of, kind of, but a little bit. Want to say rest in peace to Gene Hackman.
Yes.
Okay. We do have to spend a little time on this. The reason we're spending a little time, for those who don't know who I don't know how the hell you don't know who Gene Hackman is or what he's famous for.
He's been in like everything.
He was in everything, like from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s.
He's one of those guys, like what you know him from will age you. Yeah.
Yes. Hoosiers. Yes. It was but like I said, I won't even say he's most famous for because he probably more famous for more stuff. But a lot of people know him from being Lex Luthor in the Superman movies.
The OG Lex Luthor, yeah.
The OG Lex Luthor. Not the first Lex Luthor, but maybe the most iconic Lex Luthor. Like when you think of Lex Luthor, that's who you think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now the funny thing about it is that yes, that's the reason I'm saying that may not be his most his greatest role, his most famous role, popular role. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't know this. Well, maybe people know this now, but at the time, before he even got the role of Lex Luthor, he was already a 2-time Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he Bonnie and Clyde?
Bonnie and Clyde, not Chinatown.
French Connection. Doyle. Yeah.
Popeye Doyle, French Connection. He was in that.
Yep.
He won an Oscar for that, and that came out before. So, and that's the thing about the Superman movie is that because Christopher Reeves was unknown, what they did is hire a bunch of, famous, popular actors around him, like Gene Hackman. Yeah. So Superman didn't make Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman made Superman.
Yeah.
That's why Marlon Brando has the top billing in that movie. They basically told them that you ain't getting this movie made without Marlon Brando. Even though it was in the movie for like 5, maybe 10 minutes. If that,
pronouncing Krypton wrong and shit.
Krypton, what else we got? Neil Beatty. He was actually a serious. What I say?
Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
You said okay.
Neil Beatty. I'm fucking everybody's name up. Sorry about that. Point is, at the time when before this movie came out, he was actually considered a serious actor, dramatic actor. In this movie, he's playing a goofball.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny in that one. Even we didn't talk about Margot Kidder. Like, what she played in Amityville?
She was in Amityville. She was in Sister. She was in Black Christmas, wasn't she?
She was in Black Christmas. Yeah. So even she was famous. So they were hiring a bunch of famous people around them at the time, to get the movie made. They're like, I don't know who this Superman guy is, but I know who these
Jackie
people are.
Cooper as Percy White and shit.
Yeah. I mean, because it may seem like an insane idea, but they were trying to sell a superhero movie to adults.
Yeah,
At the
Mario
time, that was
Puzo
unheard of. They just
wrote the screenplay. Mario Puzo wrote the screenplay. He's the guy who wrote The Godfather.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were like, how are we going to sell a superhero movie to kids? You can't do that. I mean, to adults, you can't do that. So, but yeah. And now look at us, 50, 60, whatever years later. So yeah. And the funny thing about it is that his portrayal of Lex Luthor changed Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor was not like this before they played him in the movie. And then in the comics, they turned around and made him like that. And now it's been so long ago, people don't even realize that, because before Gene Hackman played Lex Luthor was just a mad scientist. That's all he was. He built a bunch of robots and crazy shit and stuff like that, and just met Superman. That's it. After Gene Hackman played him, then they started making Lex Luthor a corrupt businessman, evil politician and all this bullshit like that, And then when post-crisis hit, they just, hit the reset button, and they saying, oh, that's what he always was, Also, another famous role he played, the voice of Nuclear Man.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, because Nuclear Man, I don't know if the actor either really couldn't act, barely spoke English, or couldn't speak English at all. But anyway, his voice was dubbed by Gene Hackman the whole time. So all the crazy
Nuclear
shit,
dude.
Right. Well, that was John Cryer, but yeah. So all this shit going on. So yeah, so that's the thing going on. So I just want to I think that's what we got to say about Gene Hackman. Like I said, and
Unforgiven, man, using
the that's what I'm saying. The Replacements, we can keep going. Crimson Tide.
I recently watched Get Shorty not too long ago. Yeah, he was hilarious as the movie producer.
Yeah,
and he was hilarious. So yeah, good journey to Gene Hackman.
Yeah, good journey to him. Like I said, he played in so much stuff. Just watch his movie. Great actor. So yeah. Funny thing is that, and I got to talk about it also, because the way they filmed the report, they said because he died, his wife died, and his dog died at the same time.
Dog died, yeah. Weird circumstances.
Yeah, so they're not going to investigate that, or I know it's weird.
I know they are, but
I'm pretty sure they found something. I just haven't followed up on that, but I just thought that was weird. And everybody's like, well, natural causes, that can't be natural causes. Everybody going at the same time, but yeah.
So, too bad. Oh well.
Kind of like the episode of Penguin, I guess. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Well, yeah, that's all we got. So we can move on past it. We're going to the next thing, Eli. Like I said, I'm going to throw it in your court. Like I said, we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to just let you get this out because I know you've been.
You don't want to talk about Street Fighter?
I will. I may or may not. I don't know. It depends on how you feel, because you might hype me up so much with Cobra Kai, I might forget about it. Be like, you know what? I'm cool on Street Fighter, or it might piss me off some more. Because them dudes do look like Ken and Ryu. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna throw it in Eli's court. I'm gonna let go, and we're gonna talk about season 6 of Cobra Kai.
Yes, the 6th and final season.
Okay.
Of Cobra Kai. So yeah, the final the part 3 of the final season of Cobra Kai finished up last week, and they stuck the landing. It was great. I'm kind of bummed that it's over. For the past 7 years, I've been on this show. This is like one of my guilty pleasures. Yeah, this is like, what was it, 2018 or something when it first started out on YouTube? On
YouTube, but it was like YouTube Live or something like that.
YouTube Red or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so YouTube had first aired the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai, and then they stopped that streaming service, or it went out of business or whatever, and then Netflix picked it up, and then of course Netflix milked it for a while.
And I'm pretty sure Netflix threw more money into it because YouTube is YouTube. So
Netflix really probably made it run a little bit longer than it should have. I know the first 2 seasons were great. And the last 2 seasons were great, but even in the middle, it kind of lulled and dragged a little bit, but it was still a lot of fun. Yes, Cobra Kai is a spinoff of the movie The Karate Kid, one of the biggest movies of the 80s. For those who don't know, Karate Kid was huge in the 80s. It pretty much spawned the martial arts craze, the ninja craze. That's pretty much what led to the Ninja Turtles.
No retreat, no surrender. That was my
and me, I saw it. I was, and I was already aware. I mean, I used to watch Kung Fu theater on the weekends, and I knew who Bruce Lee was. But then the Karate Kid came out, and all of a sudden, karate seemed like martial arts seemed accessible, you know. and then I started taking karate.
Okay. How did you go?
I got third degree yellow belt.
Okay.
Shotokan
So you know
karate.
before you start breaking bricks.
yeah.
Okay.
I actually was able to break a board.
Oh, okay.
Fucked up my hand
paper.
over.
That's as far as I got.
What'd you get?
We broke paper.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. You know, like the loose leaf paper, you hold it and you got to break that. That's actually hard to break.
Okay.
I know it's not as hard to break as brick, but I'm just saying, you hold the paper, try to break that, it's hard.
But yeah, like Karate Kid was huge. And so here we are 40 years later. This is a spin-off show where they take the villain, Johnny Lawrence, who was the bully in the Karate Kid, and we see things from his perspective.
Hashtag Johnny Lawrence was right.
Well, this is the redemption of Johnny Lawrence. Okay. No, Johnny Lawrence was an asshole. He was a prick. And it spawned. So I guess, was it How I Met Your Mother or something? It was that idea of Johnny being the victim kind of spawned from an episode of that. And now they made the show. So yeah, basically Johnny has been a loser ever since he lost that karate tournament. He's an alcoholic. He can't hold down a job. He doesn't ever see his son. He's a real loser. He's stuck in the 80s. Doesn't have a cell phone. He's not on the internet, has no social media. He's like a total product of the 80s. He's misogynistic. He's, mildly racist. He's a prick, And this show is about his journey towards redemption. He's still haunted by that karate loss, that from losing that karate tournament, and the show just tracks his journey from opening up the Cobra Kai dojo and basically taking on new students, these kids of this, the Gen Z, millennial generation. He's totally out of touch. And he ends up taking on these students, and he starts to learn. So throughout the show, he starts to learn and become more empathetic and sensitive and not to be a bully. He's not an asshole. At the end of the show, he is not an asshole. He makes a whole redemption arc, and the show was a lot of fun. Not only did it have it was a lot of fan service and Easter eggs, and it referenced all the movies and brought back all these legacy characters. It was very much steeped in nostalgia, but it also used nostalgia as part of the narrative. That was kind of the theme, because everybody...
So nostalgia done right.
Yeah, because everybody's kind of stuck in the past in this show. Johnny is haunted by that past loss. And then Daniel LaRusso shows back up. And he's sort of... His life is they kind of flipped roles. Now he's like this successful businessman, but his life is out of balance. And when he sees Johnny back teaching karate again, he gets triggered. As this is my old bully. Did they kind of
make a point like Daniel peaked at that point?
Yeah,
like life-wise peaked, but yeah.
Yeah, and he's still riding the success of his old karate victory. And so
like the high school football player, the star football quarterback, whatever,
Yeah,
turns to Al Bundy, but yeah.
Yeah, so he sees Johnny teaching karate again, and he gets triggered because Johnny was his old bully. And so then Daniel starts teaching the Miyagi-Do karate, and then you have the two rival dojos competing against each other. And that's pretty much been the show, And then it gets into the kids. So that's what probably would have attracted a lot of the newer viewers, because the kids become main characters too. Because Johnny's first student was Miguel, this Mexican kid.
And I guess a lot of those kids from this show are like becoming famous and Hollywood stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Miguel was he was Blue Beetle.
Okay.
And then of course Johnny's son ends up training with Daniel. So then you have like these the rivalry starts, a lot of soap opera type drama. And then of course, and yes, it got really ridiculous. You got like Kreese, Johnny's old sensei comes back, and he's like a super villain. He's like Darth Vader rising from the dead and shit. Terry Silver, the other evil sensei, is like Palpatine, and they start hiring these like international assassin. Like, it gets crazy. It gets like Fast and the Furious, like nuts, like over the top campiness. Like if they would have went in longer, they probably would go to space too.
Right? Time travel, some shit.
Yeah,
fight themselves in the past.
This show got very cheesy. It got very over the top, but it still had a lot of heart, and it wrote the characters well. You understood what every character was going through. You understood their motivations. You understood, how miscommunication leads to conflict and drama. It's just human drama, set against this sort of cheesy kung fu backdrop. Yes, people were saying, "Oh my God, this is so cheesy," and yes, it is. This show is cheesy as fuck. I will admit that. It's cheesy. It's over the top. It's kind of dumb and campy. But it's pretty much taking that old classic kung fu narrative of the rival schools, fighting against each other. That's the plot of Fist of Fury, Bruce Lee, Yeah. The rival schools. They can, Bruce Lee goes into the karate dojo, the rival school, and beats the shit out of everybody. Yeah. That's the plot of Five Fingers of Death. The two rivaling schools are trying to take each other out so they can win the tournament. This is like a classic kung fu movie motif. Yes, the cops aren't going to show up. Like, what?
Nobody's going to have guns and stuff.
Yeah, the kids are karateing in the mall. They're karateing in school, and that school fight in like season 2 or 3 or whatever. That fight, like, I will put up against like Daredevil and any of these newer fights.
You hate every American fight scene. So the fact that you giving it high praise, that says a lot.
Yeah. So I had so much joy watching this show, And so this last season, yes, they went to this this like Mortal Kombat tournament, international.
The Kumite.
Yeah, and a kid died and all that stuff.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And then they decided to bring it back and do it in Cali, and Johnny ends up having to fight the other sensei, like this stupid scenario, but it totally works because by that time, who cares if you made it this far?
Right, have fun with it. So.
Yeah, like it was a tie. Like that's. The dojo's got a tie. The tiebreaker was the senseis had to fight each other. So Johnny had to fight the evil sensei, who was played by the guy in Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Who did he play? Shang Tsung?
He was Sensei Wolf. That was his name.
Sensei Wolf. No, I'm saying, who did he play in Mortal Kombat?
That new guy. He was like Sub-Zero's son or whatever.
That guy, Kane or whatever the fuck his name was, the guy nobody cared about.
Yeah, he was like the non-character.
Okay, yeah.
Him.
Like, why did he spend so much time on this guy instead of everybody else? But yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's the evil sensei that Johnny has to fight, and then Daniel becomes his sensei. So that's the thing, is you see, like I said, everybody sort of goes through these redemption arcs. Johnny, he becomes cool. He's no longer a bully. He's empathetic and learned a lot, learned how to be, sensitive to the kids these days, woke, so to speak, and he mends his relationship with his son, he ends up, he hooks up with Miguel's mom and they have a baby, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Miguel and Robbie were they squashed their beef. Everybody squashed their beef, people were complaining that, Robbie didn't win and shit, but like Robbie did win. He got to mend his relationship with his dad. He got, he even said it at the end. He's like, karate gave me all this stuff. It gave me my girlfriend. It brought my dad back in my life. Even though I didn't win the tournament, I still won life. And that's the thing is, as cheesy as this show was, the principles of martial arts were still in there, of having honor, being of good character, balance. Everyone, it was all about balance, when we first meet Johnny, his life sucks. His life is way out of balance. And through this journey, he gets his shit together. When we first meet Daniel, he has this, he's a wealthy, rich guy, but he forgot, his life was out of balance. He stopped doing karate. It didn't, take care. He didn't have a great, a close relationship with his kids. And then they start taking karate, and you know what I mean? Sam, his daughter, choosing not to fight because she realized, hey, I was only doing this because my dad wanted me to do this,
Right.
I'm gonna do my own thing, So yeah, like everybody got all the characters got closure, L, and then Johnny. The scene with Johnny and Kreese, holy shit. Who'd have ever thought that this shit would make me tear up? So Johnny basically gets to tell Kreese off. And he tells him, like, yo, you fucked up my life. It's all your fault. And, and Kreese accepts it and apologizes. It was a very moving moment, It's like, because who gets to do that? Who gets to, address their trauma? So the fact that he got to face the person that hurt him the most and tell him off and have Kreese actually accept it and like, yes, I know, hey, you fucked up my life. He says, yes, I know, and I'm sorry. So to have that, see that moment, and then Kreese, who's basically been like Darth Vader, this evil villain this whole time, to see Kreese have that moment, just goes to show that even he's capable of change, So yeah, like I said, as cheesy as the show was, it had a lot of heart to it. So, and yeah, it was, like I said, for the past 7 years, this was one of my favorite things. So
I've heard a lot of people talk about him. Then you look on Netflix, they get the top 10 list, and it's always number one every time it drops. So.
Oh shit, TikTok! My TikTok feed is just full of Cobra Kai. All the kids, they all got channels. They're all talking about. They all got their own podcasts and talking about behind the scenes and the fight, learning the fights and the choreography and all that. And I guess
this is like your Buffy.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this was like I said, I had a lot of fun with the show. Sometimes I would just throw it on. It was one of those shows where I would just throw on in the background, and yeah, one of my guilty pleasures. And I'm kind of bummed that it's done. Of course, yes, there's the new movie coming out this summer.
But it's not even connected to this, right?
Yeah. Well, Daniel's supposed to be in it, but yeah, Johnny's not in it. It's its own separate, it's not part of the Cobra Kai universe. The Jackie Chan is in it.
They should.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Jackie Chan's in it. The kid from American Born Chinese is in it.
Okay.
And then Daniel or Ralph Macchio.
They're not going to AI Pat Morita in it, are they?
Oh, well, they did. They did AI Pat Morita in an episode. Yeah, people were talking about it. There was a dream scene. It was actually kind of a cool. It was a nightmare scene or a dream sequence. Daniel was having a nightmare where he was getting attacked by skeleton karate ninjas, from the first movie.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Miyagi shows up and starts helping him fight. And of course, they CGI Pat Morita's face onto somebody, and and they had a scene, and kind of a moving scene, but yes, it was CGI Pat Morita.
Okay.
Who is no longer
that's controversial, but yeah.
Yes. But yeah, they got a new movie coming out. I don't know. After this, how great this show was, it's just going to be a movie.
Yeah, especially if they're ignoring all the canon and all the lore they just established. So
yeah.
so
So
I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, I'll give it a fuck it 5 out of 5 out of the whole. I mean, yeah,
Nice.
they the first 2 seasons were cool, the last 2 seasons were cool, the middle, I think yes, had it, Netflix knew they had to stretch it. Netflix got a hold of it and they had to stretch it. They probably stretched it a little too long, but yeah, if they could have kept it to 4 seasons, this could have been perfect. But yes, it did get a little lulled in the middle, but still. And plus, it had a kid named Eli, who was actually cool.
Okay.
Oh,
I know you said there's not a whole lot of cool Eli's on TV. So.
No, there's never any cool Eli's. Eli is always the character named Eli is always like an evil priest or some, reject who doesn't get laid.
Come on, Eli. He won 2 Super Bowls, man. Come on.
That's like real life. I'm talking about in the movies. There's never a cool Eli character, A Book of Eli, but that dude don't get laid.
That wasn't Denzel?
He didn't get laid in that movie.
I
That was the guy who
didn't
doesn't
see
get
the
laid.
movie, but I don't know. I thought Denzel was Eli, so he wasn't. Okay,
yeah, his name was Eli.
Okay, cool. I thought he was like, I didn't know if he was saving a guy named Eli, but okay, yeah.
And he was a badass. He was like a blind swordsman, but
was he?
No,
What the fuck was I watching it?
Yeah, he was blind. That was like the big twist at the end. You ever saw it?
No.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm just saying, like you describing a whole different movie to me. I'm just like
Book of Eli.
Yeah,
he was a badass. He was like killing motherfuckers. Yeah, he was like this awesome, dope ass warrior. And then at the end, it was revealed that he was blind the whole time.
I didn't get that from the trailer, but I guess that was supposed to be a spoiler. So
yeah, spoiler. After 10 years or whatever.
From a 20-year-old movie, but okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. All right. Can we go next thing? Because I'm still throwing it back to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before we move forward, because I think I'm gonna get a little hot on this next one. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna talk about, and you might get hot on this one. So yeah, that's what we're throwing. We need balance on the show. So we're gonna throw it to Andor season 2 trailer.
Okay.
Okay. Your thoughts or any?
Yeah, Andor season 2. Yeah, the season 2 trailer dropped the other day, and I think it looks dope.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it needed a season 2. I thought the first season was pretty, kind of got closure. I don't know.
We need content. You gotta crank this shit out.
My only thing is I hope they don't fuck it up. They hope they don't make, they don't start bringing lightsabers and Jedis and shit. I hope they keep the grittiness. This is like a gritty show. Not for kids. This isn't for kids. Yes, this is a Star Wars show that is not for kids. And people are having a problem with that. People had a problem with this trailer, of course. What's that song? They didn't like that. The whatever pop song that was in the trailer.
They use like a real song in the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, they're really using some 90s rock, like grunge song or something. I don't know who it was, but I don't know. They did that for Skeleton Crew. They had what was that song they had? Skeleton Crew had that in the trailer. It had a 80s pop song. The earth below us. What was that? How'd that go? Drifting further. It's an old 80s like pop song. They threw that in the Skeleton Crew trailer, because it had 80s vibes,
Right. Because they were like Spielberg, Goonies, all that. So
yeah, and they threw a grunge rock jam in the new Andor trailer, and people are bitching because that's what Star Wars fans do. Just a bunch of soft, saggy nipples. So, yeah. But I didn't care. I thought it was fine. I think it looks cool. I just hope they don't, it doesn't get, don't fuck it up. We don't need
I think if anything, they'll try to even double down on the tone they had for the first season. I think they're going to go that route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to have Obi-Wan show up. We don't need to have lightsaber duels. Like that was the cool thing about first Andor is like you forgot you were even watching Star Wars.
Right. This is Star Wars for adults. That's what it is.
Yeah, like you were so into the drama and the tension of what was going on and the empire and the fascist state that they were in. Like it was so intense, and then you just, oh shit, there's a storm. Oh yeah, I'm watching Star Wars. You know,
TIE fighter just flies out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, there's TIE fighters. Oh yeah, this is Star Wars shit. Like damn, like yeah, that was cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm stoked for this. I just hope it doesn't get fucked up, because remember Mando was dope for a while.
Right. Yeah. Then it
So, I'm trying to.
Y'all saying that you said it went to shit in season 3. I saw the cracks in season 2, Eli.
Yeah.
The reason I saw the cracks is because I could see like, oh, this is just one big ass like backdoor pilot for this everything. Oh, this is gonna be a show. This is gonna be a show.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a show. Oh, she got canceled. It's not gonna be a show. I can see this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it too, because the Mandalorians and they were like, they took the back seat. Everything else was about Baby Yoda and Luke Skywalker and bringing Ahsoka and all that shit. And yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, and after Boba Fett shit the bed, that's what I get for getting excited. So I'm trying to like dial back my excitement because I don't want to get let down. Because I know what that has. Okay, I'm excited for Star Wars, and then then we get the Acolyte.
Right.
Because I was excited for the Acolyte, and then
we get called a bunch of piece of shit racists and assholes because we don't like the shows.
And then I was excited for the Acolyte until I wasn't excited for the
Now they can't tell the difference between us and geeks and gamers now at this point. So.
Yeah, like and hey, like we say, we give Acolyte its props because it had the best lightsaber fight ever.
Right, we do give it props at least. We don't just completely shit on it, but
yeah.
But they don't hear that. We shit on it.
Yeah,
we're lumped in it with everybody else. Okay,
but they didn't. But that Wookiee, a Wookiee with the lightsaber that doesn't do jack shit. Right. Fuck that. It ain't because of the fucking witches or the black women or whatever the fuck. No, you didn't. You ruined a Wookiee Jedi.
Let's not talk about that show, man. I'm getting heated. I'm trying to save my rage for the next thing,
amongst other things.
Right.
Anakin is no longer the one. Oh fuck! Here we go.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm starting to think about it again. So
yeah, had cool lightsaber for it. Right, let's go out on that.
Oh shit! All right, can we go to the next thing?
Sure.
All right, this one I'm kind of going to let you start. Where are we talking about?
Damn, is it just my show?
Yeah, it's the Eli show. I'm over here smoking a cigarette in the background. Y'all can't see it, but yeah, I'm just AI. It's okay.
What is this now?
I don't know, because like I said, I got shit mixed in from last week to this week, and I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna just click shit. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Oh, Friendly Neighborhood.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Did I spoil it? My fault. Okay. So Eli, I'm gonna let you go first. And talk about this Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show on Disney Plus. It ended like 2 weeks ago. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. I had thoughts. I had feelings. I've kind of calmed down since then. But I'm gonna let Eli talk about it because he watched it fresh, I guess, today. So what did you think about it?
I just watched the last 2 episodes. Yes. Okay. It was all right.
Okay.
I don't know if it sucked. It did have its moments. But I guess I felt this show was very cluttered and it kind of meandered.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt like. That's what I felt like this show did. It meandered a lot.
I like Yahoo.
YHR?
YHR.
I don't know what that means.
I like her. We like
what
her
up,
too.
Von Farrell?
We're trying to decipher your message.
Yes. Von Farrell's right. Yes, the animation was cool.
Y'all like that shit?
I thought it was cool. I thought the comic panels were cool.
That shit look like some PS2 graphics, man. I'm sorry, man. That's just me. I watch this shit. I'm zoning the fuck out, man. I can't watch that shit, man. And then on top of that whiny ass voice that Spider-Man dude was playing. I know he's trying to sound like Tom Holland because Tom Holland sounded like that in Civil War, but man, you ain't gotta make Spider-Man sound like a damn whiny ass bitch all the time like that. I get that he's 15 and shit like that, but damn, he's dropped nuts by then, man. Come on, do some shit with that. And I don't know what the hell they were doing with the storyline, man. Are they trying to make Tombstone a good gang member or some shit? What the fuck story are they telling?
I don't know. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I felt like the show meandered. Like Yeah, I was
it's like
into
they
Lonnie.
setting up for season 2, what they felt like.
And that's my problem. It basically does what Marvel keeps doing. It doesn't tell the story now. It sets up other shit to tell later. But I don't care about that.
I don't care about that. Right.
Yeah. His voice was pretty bad.
Oh, like I can't. It irritated the fuck out of me just listening to that show, man. That's what I said.
The only voice I had a problem with was Doc Ock's voice.
I kind of tuned out with him at that point.
Dude's voice, he sounded like a bitch.
Ooh,
he sounded like.
Can I go a little bit deeper and like really get us in trouble and cancel? Okay.
Sure.
Well, let's talk about Black Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Okay.
But it didn't piss me off till I watched the show. See, here's the problem about this. When y'all just do random ass waist dropping because y'all trying to, check boxes and all this bullshit like that, and y'all don't pay attention to the context of what the fuck you doing. Now, all of a sudden, since he doing just sitting back, not doing shit, but just doing everything for Peter Parker, now he exemplifies the magical Negro trope. Oh, okay. Mr. Peter Parker, you're the perfect white man. Let me make you even more perfect than what you were before. Here's a suit. Here's a pretty. Here's the. I like. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, see the thing. It's like if you make Alfred black in Batman, all of a sudden now he's a slave. You can't just do random shit just to do random shit. So you have to think about the context when you're doing stuff.
Okay.
And on top of that, when he was in the jail cell and he was talking to Dr. Octopus, and Dr. Octopus calling him, "Oh, you stupid as fuck, you ignorant, you still there." See, now
okay. Yeah, man. I think you're selling me on this now.
I'm just saying it, man. It's like when you see shit like that, and I know I shouldn't see that, but you the one that did, I mean, they the ones that did it. If he was a white dude, I wouldn't see this shit. Like, he was saying all this shit, you dumb, you ignorant, you racist, you ripping me off. It would if it was a white dude, I wouldn't pay attention to it. But when you saying all this shit, a white dude and this black dude in power over you, you can be like, oh, I don't like you because you're in power. It makes them come off kind of racist. That's all I'm saying. So
okay,
yeah. So I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to go off like that.
Yeah, Leroy X.
Right. I know we just finished Black History Month. It's still in me right now. So
man, go for it, man. Let it out, man.
Oh shit. So yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, fuck this show, man. So shit.
Yeah, well, mic drop. I don't know what else I got to say.
Oh man. All right.
Shit, yeah. I mean, like I said, it had its moments, but I felt like it meandered and kind of felt clustery, and
very much.
It was just a lot of shit, and it was crammed with all this shit, but like nothing happened. That's what it felt like.
Right.
And
y'all telling me y'all like the animation of that shit when y'all can't tell me that shit had anything touching this?
That's fucking video game, man.
Man, I'm playing Spider-Man 2 right now. It's shitting on that damn animation and shit. Just give me that. Just give me a cutscene of that. Watch that PS2 graphics bullshit they had on there, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't stand that show, man. I love every Spider-Man show, but that
you
shit,
didn't like the vintage comic book feel, man.
No, fuck that, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to chill, Jake. I'm trying to chill.
Come on, man. 4 colors,
it's gonna put us on the list,
4
Eli. If I keep going, it's gonna put us on that list.
The 4 Kirby colors, son. Is that Jake? Was that Jake?
That was Jake, man. Jake pop out of nowhere. So let me chill. I'm gonna chill. I'm chilling for the rest of the night, y'all. I'm not even gonna do Street Fighter because I know it's gonna set me off. So I'm gonna just bypass that. What is?
But yeah, I just thought it was It wasn't all that.
It didn't trigger you like it did me. Okay.
No, I was excited, and then I wasn't excited. Like I said, I didn't even watch the last 2 episodes until now. That's how much I stopped caring.
Oh man. All right. So I'm trying to think what else we got next. And I think that's it. Are we gonna move to Vidja Section? Yeah, we're gonna move to Vidja Section because honestly, Eli, I think that's all we got. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we're 45 in,
unless I'm trying to, you know what? Let me talk about this. Let me talk about one more thing. Vidja Game Section. We're talking about the Vidja Game Section because I got it on the list. I'm gonna just talk about it. It's briefly, so I'm gonna just talk about this. Okay. So even though I talk about Street Fighter all the goddamn time on this show, actually one of my favorite fighting games is King of Fighters 13. Now, here's the thing what they did. So King of Fighters 13, they released it where they updated the online, where the online doesn't play like shit anymore. Because the thing is, I can't never get good at the game because I played somebody online and the game came out like in 2013. It's like all laggy and ghosty and shit like that. But they said they fixed that. But here's the problem on PC, what they did. They're charging you extra to pay for the fix the online. So even though you bought the game, if you wanted it better online, you got to pay like $10 extra. Even though I bought this game 10 years ago. So that's the shit that's pissing me off. So yeah, but not as bad as the Spider-Man shit. I'm just saying there's some predatory shit I don't like. So yeah, that's all I got. Moving past that, we're gonna move to some happier shit. We're gonna talk about comic books. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, this comic book bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. Eli, I'm gonna let you go first because you got some good shit that I wanna you to expound upon.
What am I reading? Wonder Woman. Okay. Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can never go wrong with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, it always put a smile on my face. So.
She's such a super lady. Yeah. Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman. Yes, this is the absolute universe. Dark side. Absolutely. Wonder Woman grew up in hell. Now she's got all this magic shit. Now she came to Earth and she's fighting this big giant kaiju beast, the Tetracide or something like that, or Terracide. I can't remember.
The 5 deaths or some shit.
Something, yeah. It's a big giant kaiju beast. Last issue, she turned her sword, big giant sword, into the size of a skyscraper and chopped that motherfucker in half. Yeah. So that's where, oh, cool. Now we get to this issue. Well, after chopping that fucking beast in half with that giant ass sword, it didn't kill it. It reformed. It healed itself.
The fuck? Okay.
The fuck? Yes. So yeah, the beast is still alive, attacking the city. So Wonder Woman has that lasso of transformation or transmorgia or whatever. Can't remember what it's called. The magic shit.
Lasso of badassery. Yeah,
can change into shit. And but we get most of the issue. We get a flashback of her talking to what's her face, who was in hell with her.
Cersei. Like her mom, but not her mom. Yeah.
Yeah, teaching her magic and teaching her about the lasso and shit. So she decides, okay, I'm going to use the lasso to transform. And who does she transform into? Wonder Woman transforms herself into fucking Medusa.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was fucking awesome. And she's like, this is Medusa. And of course she goes into Medusa. Yes, Medusa got done wrong by the gods, and yeah, so she transforms herself into Medusa and goes and stares at the beast. Because if anybody who looks at Medusa turns to stone. And that's what she does. She turns herself into Medusa, stands in front of the giant monster. The giant monster turns into fucking rock.
Yep.
And she saves the city. Oh, but before she saves the city, so after she turns the beast into stone, she can't turn herself. She's still Medusa, and she's still like fucking wilding out and shit.
Right, turning everything to stone and shit. So
yeah, Steve goes out there in a very romantic moment. He puts a blindfold on and goes out there and stands in front of Medusa and says, "You're Diana. I love you. Come back to me." God, it was so romantic. And she turns back into Diana. And it's a warm, loving embrace. And it was so fucking adorable.
Nice.
And that's basically what happens. So yeah, this is my book of the week. Well, this was dope. Her turning into Medusa.
Dragon Ball Z shit you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, it was dope, man. Like Medusa. And I always thought Medusa was awesome. Ever since I saw Clash of the Titans when I was a kid. Okay. I love. Yeah.
Did you ever read that Wonder Woman comic where she fought Medusa like in the real comics, the regular comics?
No.
Okay, so what happened? That shit badass as fuck, man. Medusa turns every Themyscirian Amazonian to stone except Wonder Woman, because what Wonder Woman does, plucks her own eyes out.
Damn.
So Medusa can't get it, and that's how she beats Medusa. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. I always thought Medusa was awesome.
Yeah.
Like fucking, like I said, I was a little kid. I saw Clash of the Titans as a little kid. Loved that movie. Had the lunchbox, had the toys. I was Medusa for Halloween.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. And yes, it was a girl's costume, and I did not give a shit. So I was like in 3rd grade wearing a fucking dress. but that dress had Medusa on it, and I thought it was dope. And I was cross-dressing when I was in third fucking grade, just because I thought that's how much I love Medusa.
Deal with it.
Yeah. I had the Medusa mask. I was so pissed off that they did not release a Medusa toy, because I had the Kraken too. I had like all the toys. I was so into Clash of the Titans. I had all the toys. I had the Kraken. I had the Pegasus, but they never released the Medusa toy, and I was kind of pissed that they never did that shit. So.
I mean, but that's one of the appeals of Wonder Woman, the Greek mythology thing she leans into.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this book, I was like, I wasn't feeling it because it was mostly that whole flashback, and she's talking about the magic, and it was getting a little Harry Potter for me, because all the spells and shit, and I'm like, I'm not into that shit. So I was like, man, I'm not kind of feeling like this might be the first.
You don't like that, because honestly, I'm kind of wishing they lean into that more in like the regular Wonder Woman comics.
I don't know,
like lean into the more magic shit.
I was more like, hey, I think it was spending so long in that flashback. You know what I mean? Like most of the issue was the flashback. And I'm like, come on, man, you got a fucking monster's ass to kick. What are you doing? Quit lamenting about the past. Let's get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then when she turned herself into Medusa, I was like, oh shit. Then, like I said, book of the week, 5 out of 5.
When she does magic that you like. So,
yeah. I was just
that's right, Bob. For Eli stood on business with that. He don't give a damn. All right, so it's on me now. All right, you're gonna have to help me out with this one, Eli. I kind of read this one and I read it, but you're gonna have to help me out. Okay. We're gonna do Ultimate Spider-Man number. Okay. What are we on?
Is it 14, 13, or 14 or something like that?
14. Ultimate Spider-Man 14. Okay, where he fights Kraven the Hunter. Yeah. Oh, also for those that don't know, Kraven the Hunter will be on Netflix on March 13th. So spoiler. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah.
In the Savage Land.
In the Savage Land, yeah. So in the Savage Land also, with Harry Osborn, they got kidnapped. Like I said, Eli, you've been keeping up with the story. I've been kind of like dipping in and out, but I decided to pick it up here because I just want to see him fight Kraven. So yeah. All right, so we can kind of jump into it and see where it starts. So the book starts off with not even Peter Parker. Starts off with his son, Richard Parker, fighting the Black Cat. But not the old Black Cat, new Black Cat, So, and then she's like slashing at him to make her stop fighting. He just reveals his face. He's like, okay, stop fighting. And that's when we realize that this Black Cat is also a teenager just like him. They in the same age. So I was wondering, like, how is Peter Parker gonna have a relationship with Black Cat when he's married in this universe? And they're like, oh, but his son's not.
Yep.
So now
that's Hickman for you.
That's Hickman for you. He flips it on his head. So now they got this thing, going on right now, crushing on each other like that.
Fluffy puppy love shit,
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, go ahead, Richard. Okay. Tricky dick. All right. So yeah, so then we got Peter and Harry riding dinosaurs, going through the Savage Lands and shit like that. They're cooking. They had to cook one of the dinosaurs, to eat. And they decide to ride piggyback on the other dinosaur while they're going, while they're doing anything, talking about what they're going to do, because they know that Kraven, not just Kraven, I guess all the Sinister Six know their identity, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. They all know, so they got to get back, because they know their family's in danger. So while they're doing that, bam, their dinosaur gets headshot. By who? Of course, Kraven the Hunter, because he is hunting them. All right, so they know they're wide open, they're exposed. Peter just picks up, and it lands on Harry. So Peter just picks up the dinosaur and just throws it, because he still got his powers, but Harry's powers right now. Shoots him again. They run off, but Harry fucked his ankle up, so they're still trying to take off. But then Peter's just like, look, go ahead, take off. I'm gonna distract him. Like, how you gonna distract him? I'm gonna just stand in his line of fire. Like, how the hell you gonna do that? You gonna die? Like, nah, I'll be all right. So Peter just stands in front of Kraven's line of fire while he's there, and he was like, come shoot me, come get me. And Kraven's like, okay, cool. And he just shoots at him and shit. And Peter just dodges. Bam, 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 bam. Can't hit him. Why can't he hit him? Because he realized that he can sense the bullets coming at him before they hit him. He didn't know he had spider sense. So, and that's when Mole Man shows up out of nowhere. He's like, look, man, I see what's going on right now, but I'm gonna help y'all out.
No, Mole Man's been there. He just shows up.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know Mole Man's been there. Okay.
He's so like that's his Savage Land. That's like where he chills now.
Okay, so that's like he says that's like his place. So he taps the ground, the Moloids pop out, stuff like that. And I guess they're helping them or something, or what, I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, he basically saying, I'm gonna show you the way to get out of here. So y'all go back home and talk to your family and shit like that. So while they're doing that, Mysterio pops up for some reason, just say, hey, I see what you're doing. I know you playing this game. I'm not gonna tell on you because I have plans for you and all this shit. So blah blah. Yeah. So because I guess Mysterio has bigger plans than what's going on right there. Meanwhile, while they're doing all this bullshit and they think they're getting over it, Craven is seeing the whole thing. He's not fooling anybody. So yeah, he like, okay, I'm gonna get you. Then you got Puppy Love over here. They sitting down there, sweet scene, man. I just like their little flirty thing going on right now. I hope Hickman explores that. I want Hickman to explore that like in another issue just by itself, and just let's see what they do with that. So yeah. And so they're trying to set a trap for Craven. They're like, okay, if he steps in, it's going to explode. It's going to blow up. We know he's got super strength, so not going to kill him, but at least it'll, slow him down, maybe like knock him out a little bit or something. But anyway, this is the passway. We can get the hell out of here. So yeah, so before they go, that's when what happens? Oh yeah, so Craven shot all of the Moloids. He didn't shoot Mole Man, just all the Moloids right there. And not only that, I guess he tortured one of them, so he knows the passageway that Peter and Harry got to the entrance. Craven knows the entrance, so he followed them. And as we turn around, like and then Spider says go off, bam, he gets down there, and he's got a fucking Gatling gun trying to lay him out. But Peter's like, fuck that. So Peter is dodging his Gatling gun bullets. And by the time he gets there, he's like, you're empty. You're like, I ain't empty. And he just pulls out more guns and shit, starts shooting at him and shit. And then that's when Harry, trips the grenade, blows him up. But like I said, Craven got super strength. He was just like, I'm not, it didn't kill him, but now he's like, I'm a wounded animal. So now that's when they're the most dangerous. So he goes to Peter like, nah, you don't understand. You fighting something you never fought before. And Peter just beats the shit out of him. I think he cracks his arm. Yeah. Knocks him down, takes his gun, cracks it in half. Like not even over, just breaks it in half. Like, nah, I'm something you never seen before. And just beats the shit out of him. He's like, and plus I know that you know who my family is. So I want you to get the hell out of here and never come back, And Craven's like, I'm never leaving. I know who your family is. I'm never going to stop going. And that's when he was like, Craven pulls out a gun and shoots Peter. Bam. But why didn't his spider sense go off? Because it wasn't, because Peter wasn't the one in danger. Harry was. And we turned around and Harry has been headshot in the head. Mm-hmm. Dead. Gone.
Headshot in the head.
Headshot in the head. I know I repeated myself, but yeah. So Peter just sees red, just losing. And Craven just said, look, I'm not going to stop. I'm killing everybody in your family. And it ain't going to end. And that's when Peter just goes fucking nuts, just like wearing his ass out. He like, you're never going to touch my family. Yeah, pissed off. Before he can finish it, Mysterio just shows up. He's like, if you kill him, all my attention going to be focused on you. Because I have plans for him later on right now. So he's the only reason I'm not really focused on you just yet. So he like, so you better leave him alone. He was like, and
do you think that shit really happened?
It's Mysterio, man. Yeah. I don't know. When Mysterio's in the play, you don't know.
Yeah, because I saw fucking Carrie. I was like, oh shit. He got headshot in the head.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, Hickman. Okay.
And then Mysterio's like, oh shit, wait, did he? Sounded like, did he? What the fuck? So
because we don't know. Maybe it's, I guess you don't know Mysterio. You don't know if any of this shit is real.
Yeah.
They might have been in New York the whole time. So we don't know. Central Park, some shit. But anyway, he goes back to his home. He's bleeding. He finds Mary Jane, and he basically tells Mary Jane everything that happened. Look, they kidnapped me. I've been gone for months, and that's not the worst of it. They know who we are, and Harry is dead, and they are coming for us. We need to get the fuck up out of here. To be continued. So that's it. That's a cliffhanger for your ass right there. There's some shit you can't do in the 616 because it's a continued story like this. Like, I don't know if this shit is real. This kind of turns the storyline on his head.
Yeah.
Like it completely changed the status quo of the storyline if this would happen. But at the same time, we getting ready for the Maker. They got bigger shit going around in the Spider-Man shit right now in this. So I don't know, man. This wow shit.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm still on this. Like I haven't left it at all. Like this is, yeah, I've been digging this book.
Yeah, I believe it because the thing is, like I said, it's a new universe, new rules. You don't know what's going to happen. So.
It's a Spider-Man story, but yeah, with a new twist. Like, you know, so that's not to backtrack. And that's like that was my thing with the show. Was like
right.
I'm already like watching, or I'm already reading another multiverse version of Spider-Man. That's fucking awesome.
Right.
And this is just you know?
Yeah, because it feels like the changes they made on this show, like it had no thought behind it or no rhyme and reason behind it. Like they just did shit just to do shit. Where every change Hickman is making has a purpose. Like there's a reason Ben is alive. You know?
Yeah, and I say it's the fake woke shit. Like, oh, we're gonna be all diverse and have all these like minority characters, but Spider-Man's still white.
Right.
Like I said, the white man's still in charge. Like, fuck
and
off.
That's why I'm talking about that Harry Osborn, Norman Osborn bullshit. You know.
Yeah. So.
And then you're gonna have Nico on there just to be the token, you know, race swap lesbian character on there. Meanwhile, she has no association to the character she is in the comics.
And she's supposed to be one of the
most powerful magic users in Marvel, and she don't do shit.
And they're like, gonna tease her for we gotta wait till next year. Like, and that's the thing. That was
man.
like
that's the shit that really pissed me off about that. Like you're gonna have these people that don't do this shit that makes them the people they are.
Yeah, and have to like I hate that waiting for, you know.
Yeah.
The wait, like, oh, we're setting shit up, and that's been my beef with Marvel for years. You know. Like,
but for a TV show, you expect better, man. We just had X-Men 97, man. And then you give us this shit? No, this ain't gonna fly.
Yeah. But this book is dope.
This book is dope. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This watch the taste out my bad mouth of Spider-Man. This like I said, I love Spider-Man. So okay, you give me some good Spider-Man shit, I'm there. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm playing the hell out of Spider-Man 2 right now. I'm gonna give y'all some footage maybe next week, but yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving that game right now. So I'm loving everything about Spider-Man, but that fucking show.
And then what the fuck was Lonnie's little powdered fucking donut fingers at the end?
Oh, because he broke brick with his hands or some shit, but they teased some shit like,
what is that?
Not give him superpowers, make him albino. Don't do that shit.
He's got vitiligo or some shit now.
Right. He's gonna slowly turn albino. See, Eli, season 2 is on you. You reviewing that piece of shit show at that point.
Just triggering the shit out of you. I don't know.
I feel like you do it on purpose at this point. All right, shit. What comment you got next?
Was it Sabretooth?
Okay, let's talk about Sabretooth. Dead men don't talk.
Dead men don't tell no tales. The dead don't talk.
The dead don't talk. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this is a Sabretooth prequel. This is basically back in the like early 1900s. It's gangs in New York with mutants.
Right.
So yeah, Sabretooth is an old ancestor of Wilson Fisk, was a gangster in the 5 Points in Manhattan, running shit, and he's got Sabretooth working for him. And all the other and they're taking over. They're taking over the city, you know. And so all the other gangs band together and they hire, what the hell's her name? Dragonfire or some shit. She looks like Elektra.
Like an Elektra ancestor.
She kind of looks like an Elektra ninja chick. You know,
which really shouldn't make sense because Elektra's family is from Greece, so she didn't have any family in America back then.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Or is she like? I don't know. Is she like? Or is she like Jessica Drew? Because she kind of has her mask. Looks like a spider. Here, should I show you? Here.
Okay, hold on. Let me blow you up. Okay.
Here, let me turn on the camera.
Okay.
Okay, here I am. Okay, let me get that page up. So here she is.
All right, let me blow you up. Okay.
Can you see her? See, she's got like almost like a Spider-Man sort of eyes.
I got you saying.
Is she supposed to be like Jessica Drew or something? I don't know.
Does look like Spider-Woman, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, she's like a ninja assassin who's shoots flaming arrows and shurikens and shit. And she's been hired. The other gangs hired her to take out Sabretooth. And yeah, they have a big old fight, big knockdown, drag him out fight. This ninja chick is like cutting up Sabretooth and he's beating the shit out of her. She's obviously got some kind of powers too. They're beating the shit out of each other. Like really beating the shit out of each other for like half the book. And they're not dying. Both of them are not dying. And they're like, it's like, it's like, what the hell? Why won't you die? Why won't you die? I don't know. It's like, well, there's only one way to settle this. And then they just start fucking.
What the fuck? Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, they just like Sabretooth's got a sword in his chest, and she's all laying there. And then they just jump on each other and just start banging right there in a flaming building too. Like they started a building on fire in their battle, So she basically says, "Man, why are you working for Fisk? He's a fucking human. Why you got like we got these powers. We should be running shit. Why are we working for humans? I say we take over." And he's like, you know what? That's a good idea. And they kind of agree to that. Yeah, okay, we're going to band together and we're going to run shit. So that's kind of where it ends. There's also a story. Some guy's got a robot suit. I think he's related to Stark somehow.
Iron. Well, no, because Iron Dynamo, I guess like Crimson Dynamo, that's not Stark. That's the other guy.
Okay. Well, like he's got a fucking a robot suit and shit.
Okay.
Cool, like a steampunk robot.
Yeah, I saw it. It looked pretty cool for what I saw. So
yeah. So this is cool. Like I said, this is gangs in New York with mutants with superpowers and shit. So I'm digging this. This is just again just dumb, stupid fun. 4 out of 5. Violent as fuck. Art's dope, gory as hell. Yeah, good shit.
Cool. All right. So next book I'm going to my last book I'm going to do, and did I get it? I did get it. Okay. Trying to see how much this book I'm going to do. The last book I'm going to do is where are we? Justice League Unlimited, number 4. I think we are. Yeah, number 4 on this one, where pretty much everybody and their mama is on this team, and people you never heard of join the team every issue, and now they're fighting some guy that they still can't beat. So yeah. Where is it? So this is following up from last issue. Oh, we're gonna find out what happened to Swamp Thing in that issue. So yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah, because remember that in the last issue, Aquaman was going to recruit Swamp Thing, and the bad guys kill Swamp Thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we find out what happened with that. So yeah. So let's continue the storyline, and let's go like Batman and Rescue Martian Manhunter. I may or may not do that side story. We'll find out. Anyway, let's go to it. All right. So book starts off with they're in Baton Rouge in a botanical garden, and Mr. Terrific, he shows up and recruits Tiffy Holland. So Tiffy Holland is the daughter of Alec Holland, aka the OG Swamp Thing.
Okay.
So she has connected to the Green. So he shows up and hands her a Justice League card and said, Tiffy Holland, welcome to the Justice League. And she throws the shit out the window. Like, I don't give a fuck about the Justice League, So that's how the book starts off. So we fast forward 10 minutes earlier about what's going on because, okay, so fast forward to the story. The group of the bad guys are this evil organization called Inferno. And what they're doing is that they're burning the Amazon rainforest down to the ground. If they burn the Amazon rainforest, like pretty much all of our crops and plants and all this shit like that goes to shit. And on top of that, since it's the biggest forest on the land, they basically saying that they will take control of the Green. So in order to beat this, we need somebody connected to the Green to beat these guys. And that's when they kill Swamp Thing before they can do anything. So then Red Tornado is just like, why don't you just get his daughter? You're like, who? Yeah, he got a daughter. Go recruit her. So that's where we at. So before he can recruit his daughter, she gets attacked by some kind of weird ass force. She's like, what did you do to me? You're like, I didn't do that. That's them doing that. They're attacking the Green. And that's why you're getting attacked right now. So that's why you need to come with me because you're the only person. Like if I could have got Poison Ivy, I would have, but we can't find it because she's hiding out from us. So, because she's a fucking murdering terrorist and shit like that. So they teleported to the Amazon rainforest. Everybody getting fucked up. Stars and Stripes get knocked out because whatever force they throw back at those towers get thrown back at them. Wonder Woman is hitting these towers so hard her knuckles are bleeding. Flash and Superman are so useless in the fight, they're just saving people because they can't do anything because it's magic. So yeah. And that's when Tiffy is just there. She's like, okay, what do you need me to do? Okay, I need you to get in contact with the Justice League Dark. So she's there. And you're like, okay, I need y'all to collaborate and figure out some shit to do. And the first thing she says is, what the fuck is John Constantine doing here? But it makes sense because John Constantine debuted in Swamp Thing comics. So it makes sense she would know him. So what they do is that the Justice League Dark take all of their magic and dump it into her to, power her up, to amp her up. So when they do that, all of a sudden her connection to the green is even more powerful than it was before. And she basically restores the Amazon rainforest just like that. So yeah, pretty easy. So yeah, cut the Batman Marshman helmet, don't give a fuck, don't care. Sad story. But yeah. So we cut back to the them, and while they're doing that, apparently Inferno spits back out Dr. Occult because he had jumped into the last time, so they spit him back out. When they spit him back out, they power him up with so much magic power, he hits the ground, and all the work that she just did to restore the green, he burns it back up. So now it's even worse than what it was before. So like shit, and then you got Aquaman in the middle of a rainforest fire. And just like the worst place for him to be, he was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna get you out of here, Aquaman." And what Tiffy does is take him into the green. They go into it. They're there.
Who, Aquaman?
So, Aquaman, yeah. So Aquaman and Tiffy are inside of the green right now. The reason she's there because she's just like, look, Swamp Thing isn't dead. He just retreated to the green. As long as there's a blade of grass on the earth, you can't kill Swamp Thing. So he's there. We just gotta find him. And Aquaman realized, wait, am I swimming in the green? They're like, yeah. Well, shit. That's all you need to tell me. I can find him. Because I can find them with waves and currents and all that bullshit that Aquaman does, so like that. So I can find.
So is water part of the green? Because it's
no, because it's tears of the green. Because the green is in pain so much, it's crying.
Okay,
that's how they explain it. Whatever, like that. Point is, he's swimming in the green right now. So since he's swimming, he can find. He knows where Swamp Thing is, so they go find him. So he gets there and they find him. And what do we got here? Oh, yeah. And Mr. Riff got a countdown on how soon they need to get rid of this shit before the rainforest completely burns down. Anyway, they find Swamp Thing. He's there. Okay, we need to get him free. And Swamp Thing is telling him, no, y'all get out of here. This is a trap. They was waiting for you to come here. And that's when the head dude of Inferno shows up. Whoever he is, we don't know yet. All he says is, Aquaman, my old enemy. I've been waiting for you to come here. And he like, Aquaman, don't you know you're in the green? It's like the worst place for you to be. Like you were literally out of your element. Like this is the worst place for you to be right here. So I'm going to take you out easily. Like it's going to be a shame how easily I'm going to take you out. And that's when Tiffy says, no, you're not going to take him out. So she takes all of her magic abilities and puts it into Aquaman to make his powers amped up in the green. So now Aquaman can control the green just as easily as he control water and animals and shit like that. So what he does is he summons the Parliament of Trees out of nowhere to attack that head dude of Inferno. And they kick the shit out of him. And not only that, he does his Aquaman bullshit and shit like that and just really fucks him up.
Talks to fish. Is fish talking?
but there's no fish here, so he's just talking to plants because it's whatever. It's getting trippy, but yeah. All right. So they rescue Swamp Thing. They get him out of there. They beat the shit out of that Inferno dude, but he gets away. They don't catch him. But the point is, they are able to repair. Well, Swamp Thing is back. He repairs the green, but how he repairs the green? By becoming the Amazon rainforest. So
okay,
yeah, there you go. And that's when Mr. River like shit because they only had 5 minutes left before the rainforest completely burned down. And that's like we did it. Woo, that was a close one. And Mr. Riffy pulls out a notebook and he starts writing in JLG. Because he's thinking of another faction of the Justice League called the Justice League Green. Aha. Another story for another time. So, yeah. And then Aquaman's like, how can we ever repay you, Tiffy? They're like, you repay me by never calling me again. I don't want shit to do with the Justice League. And she leaves. So, yeah. And that's when the dude that got the shit kicked out of him talking to the his bosses. He's like, you got the shit kicked out of you by trees? He's like, no, understand. This is exactly what we want to happen. The Justice League still don't know what we're doing. They're still on the back pedal. Matter of fact, they're arguing between themselves because they have so much misinformation going on right now. And don't forget our ace in the hole that we have a man on the inside. And talk about that airwave dude. Because they got a spy in the Justice League. So, to be continued. So, yeah. So, Mark Waid, even though this story was kind of shaky, I do think he finished off this first arc pretty strong. So, I'm cool with it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. They need to have more Swamp Thing just in DC in general. Like his lore is some of the best. Yeah, his lore is some of the best lore in DC, and they underutilize it. But I'm glad Mark Waid is doing something with it. So yeah.
No, the thing about when I asked about water being part of the green, and that reminded. Remember you made that post like a week or two about the Spawn when he killed all the angels and shit,
angels and demons and shit. Yeah,
yeah, and there was like that war on Earth. It was like what was it called? That it was like Spawn's version of the green. It was like because like heaven and hell were fighting each other,
right?
But they were fighting on Earth, and then the Earth realm took over. It's like you guys we're sick of you guys. This bullshit happening here in our realm. So it's like Earth realm, and I can't remember what it was called.
That's who powered them up. Like that's who powered Spawn up to fight Angel and
that's like here we're gonna. Yeah, you work for us now. Yeah, they basically recruited Spawn.
Yeah,
that was. I thought
they were tired of the heaven on war bullshit. So
because it was destroying the Earth. It was destroying their realm, and they were like, "We're sick of your shit." I thought that was cool, but that's what I was wondering. We're like, "Oh, how the fuck is Aquaman?" But okay, that explains it. Magic.
Yeah, they magic him up too. So basically, Aquaman controlled the green for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what are the rules of the green then.
There are no rules. I
get it. It's plant, but does that accompany like Earth? But then you have the rot, and I think that's soil.
And you got the red. The red.
And you got the red.
Yeah.
Yeah, red is the animals.
Yeah, the rot.
And the rot is like soil. So rot is like soil,
mushrooms, shit like that. So
yeah.
And didn't like Poison Ivy tap into the rot for a second? Like Solomon Grundy is the avatar of the rot, just like Swamp Thing is the avatar of the green.
Yeah. And Animal Man is the red.
Avatar of the red. And then you got other people like Vixen, Beast Boy, they tap to the red. Aquaman, I think he's avatar of the clear. I think he's avatar also. Yeah.
Okay.
They don't really touch into that too much, but I'm pretty sure they said he's an avatar too. So
yeah, I never heard of the clear. Shit, I have to
there's a clear. I don't think they really dig into it too much, but yeah, there's a clear. So yeah.
All right, that's cool.
So we talk way too much about Swamp Thing. So,
well, Swamp Thing is dope.
Swamp Thing is dope as fuck. Y'all do not understand how dope Swamp Thing is, man.
It's a damn shame that show never.
And that show was awesome.
Dope. That show was dope.
It really was.
Yeah. It's too damn bad. They fucked that up.
We can't have nice things, man.
Man, it's gonna get triggered. We're gonna get triggered again.
We really are, man. They were gonna do Floronic Man, all that shit, man.
Yeah, well, Floronic Man showed up on Harley.
Man, have you seen that new Harley? I mean,
I didn't see
the season.
I haven't watched the last episode.
This season getting dark, man. They're doing some shit. I don't even know it's a comedy show anymore. Like they
still makes me laugh, but yeah, like
it makes me laugh. But they doing some shit on there, like, whoa, y'all went there, okay,
yeah.
So I mean, you can tell they kind of changed up the formula on this show, but yeah, that's my thing.
Right? I'm still impressed that they're still like, what is this, like season 4 or 5?
I thought it's past that.
It's still 5. Like it's still good. Like I'm still into it.
Yeah, and you can tell like they changed shit around to make it fresh.
You know? Yeah, like they're in Metropolis now.
Metropolis, yeah.
Now we're tapping into Poison Ivy's past in this show, on this season,
which is weird because they never really did that on the show before. Like, this is the first time they really dig into her side of the story.
Yeah. So yeah, the Floronic Man showing up and all that shit, that was cool. Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm just impressed. Like, it's been 4 or 5 seasons. I'm still in, and we had a season of Kite Man.
Right.
And I'm still into this shit. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm loving it. So matter of fact, soon as we get off, I'm catching up with Harley Quinn. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also what I've been listening. Can I make a music recommendation this week?
Sure.
Okay, so I've been listening to all week 2 Chainz and Larry June. Oops, I didn't put it on there. Let me throw it on here. I'm just trying to show you a picture. I don't even remember the name of the album. I think it's like Life is Beautiful or some shit. I think.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The only way I can describe this album is vibey. It's gonna put you in a state of, I don't know, euphoria, vibeness, something like that. It's just a easy listening. I don't know. I like it. Just listen to it. So yeah. Check it out. Anything else?
I'll make a musical recommendation.
Okay, what you got?
Hugo Monster.
Hugo Monster. Okay.
He's a rapper. He's like a West Coast rapper, but he raps. He's like raps about nerdy shit. He makes all these comic book references and shit, and kind of old school boom bap type of beats too. So.
And he's a West Coast rapper. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's from San Francisco. I think that's what he said.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, cool. Hail Hydra shit. I got one of the lines. Yeah, he makes all these comic book references. He's a nerd.
Okay, thanks.
Hugo Monster.
Hugo Monster. Okay. Anything else we got, or?
That's it. I'm booked out. I did read that 9 Lives of Salem from Archie. Salem's the Sabrina's cat, her familiar. He had like it was only a one. It was cool, but it was only a one shot.
He got his own comic.
Yeah, it's only a one shot though, because I thought it was pretty cool. We need more of that.
Okay.
He used to be a human, and he's was a warlock, and yeah, all the ill shit he's done throughout his lives.
Okay.
And then the new Ninja Turtles, Jason Aaron's Ninja Turtles, is still going cool. So.
Okay. I need to see where that Naruto and Ninja Turtles comics are.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard anything about it. It may be over with, and we don't even know.
I don't ever hear about it until you bring it. Like, I don't ever see it on my feed.
I gotta dig in for that shit, man. I gotta damn near put I don't know, wish list of some shit, bookmark it. If I don't, I won't find it.
I'll probably just get the trade when it comes out. But yeah, I don't ever see it.
Yeah. I want to see where the book is going. So it was fun when I was reading it. So yeah. Also, what I was going to do was do a retro book on Invincible, but I'm not, because I read it. I was like, why? But I will say this. Last episode was pretty good. It was basically how everybody wanted Batman v Superman to go. They basically did that. So yeah. Also, we know where the storyline is going. That basically, I think the season finale of this season is going to be Invincible War, which that comic, Invincible War, is one of my favorite single issue superhero comics of all time. That book is fucking nuts. Spawn shows up, start whooping ass. So I doubt he does it. I doubt he does it in this show, but we can hope, we can wish. So yeah. What do we got here?
You gotta answer because
who is the closest Alex Ross are in? Who's the closest to Alex Ross
in the comic world?
In the comic world? Huh. I mean, honestly, in my mind, it's Alex Ross and everybody else. I mean, it's other people that do what Alex Ross does.
Like the painting, like his paint, like the painting or
whatever he does. So yeah.
It's not painting, but Jeff Darrow is like crazy. Like his detail is crazy. He does, but his comics are weird. He does the Shaolin Cowboy. He did the Big Guy and Rusty the Robot. He did Hard Boiled. Jeff Darrow doesn't do painting.
That's tough. I mean, because Alex Rossman is really in his own lane. So
yeah.
Like I said, the other people that do it, I don't know their names. I'm like, all I know is that it's not Alex Ross. Like I picture that when I see it. So yeah. Especially as he dominated so much, like that last Black Panther and in Immortal Hulk and Immortal Thor.
What is Peach Momoko? Is she painting or kind of watercolors?
She just draws.
Is that inks? Okay.
Yeah. She may do that every now and then, but like that, she's doing that.
I think she incorporates like watercolors and stuff, but I think it's inks though.
But her X-Men comic that she's drawing right now, it's pretty. I'm not gonna say standard. It definitely has a style to it, but it's not like a watercolor painting thing. It's not like Kingdom Come. Well, you read that, and it's just painting. Like every panel is just painting.
Yeah, that was just like masterpiece.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I'm going to take note. Want to buy? You feel the same way? Yeah.
Yeah.
So appreciate.
Yeah, Kingdom Come is a classic. Like that was.
Please read. Like when we did our top 5. Yes, because we have a podcast where we did our top 5 graphic novels of all time. I know I had on my list. I know Eli had on his list. I'm almost sure Goma had on his list too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When we did the time, that was during the pandemic.
That was during the pandemic. So yes, there is a podcast where we just went top 5 graphic novels that everybody loved, and that's when I'll find it. If y'all want me to know, let me know, and I'll probably repost it or some shit like that. Or I'll just make a list of what it was. How about I just do that? So yeah.
Juliet NECA.
Nico is fire, but Alex Ross was there. I
don't
know what
think I've heard of it. Yeah. Well, I'll check. Yeah, check her out.
So yeah, but anything else we got to talk about or?
No, that's it. I'm pretty booked.
I know we got more people piling in here, but like, hey, look, we gave y'all 2 weeks worth of show with this one. So we created it for last week, this week. So y'all should be y'all have fun with that. So
well, we got Daredevil, right?
That's why I'm trying to get all this shit out the way so we can talk about Daredevil next week.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yes, we will be doing Daredevil. I don't know how deep we're gonna go. I don't know how many episodes are gonna drop, but we're gonna go as deep as we can go. So yeah. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
Talk to you guys this week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths.